Hi. Yes. It's not private property. You know that's against the law. Doing what you're doing. Well, we'll see about that.
No, come on, I'll call the police.
Call the police. We'll have you arrested.
For what?
For what you're doing.
Yeah, what?
You're not allowed to touch that stuff. That's blow.
I'm not?
No.
No.
Well, we'll see.
You have no right to be doing this. None. The right that I have to live here. You don't get out of here. You're filming me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It's a public place. We can film in a public place. But you can't take other people's property. You should know that.
Your property.
It's not
our property.
It's not your property.
This is our property, not yours.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. What do I have to do? I have to give you my name?
If you're gonna do that, yes, you have to give me your name.
No, I don't. This is a public place. That's theft. You know that. She says she's calling the police, so let's have her arrested when she does. I think you're the one that's... I got it all on Is there a problem?
No problem. Because we have a deggy in the back. We have a tablet to check.
Yes.
Because they need to check the fence for no trespassing.
Oh, okay. This lady here is objecting to us. She's running around taking down material off of these doors.
On my door.
Okay.
I want you to call the sheriff and have her arrested.
Sure, have me arrested.
We have pictures. I want her arrested. We spent money.
I can write a comment for you if you need a complaint.
I don't want them videotaping. First of all, I need his name if he's going to videotape me, and I have the right to have it.
We want her arrested. Please call the sheriff
Sure,
and have her arrested.
Have me arrested.
We'll file a complaint.
That's what she's doing is theft. She's taking stuff that don't belong to her.
And she's stealing.
She's done it before.
Go file a
You
complaint.
go to every perpetrator for
We do the whole village.
We deliver these, as many as we can, yes.
And they have no right because they haven't been given
It's a
the okay to
newspaper.
do
It's a
so.
Century Village newspaper,
They
and she's
have
stealing
not been
it.
okay to do
Okay?
that.
So we want her arrested.
No, they need an okay to do this.
We don't need approval.
Yes, you do.
We don't need approval.
Yes, you do.
Okay? We want her arrested.
this and I think that's not a bad thing to write a report.
No, I want her arrested. You want me to call the sheriff?
Go for it.
I have no ability now for the call.
Go for it. Let her do it. Let her
Call
do
up the
it.
sheriff now.
Let her
Let
do
him
it.
know what's going on, okay?
Sure, let her do
Call
it.
up the sheriff, let him know what's going on.
I don't want him
and tell
doing
him
this.
I want to
because
file a
this is
report
illegal.
that she's
If
stealing
he's
our
not going to give me his
newspapers.
name, he can't do that.
I want
And
to
if
file a
he continues
report.
to do that, I'll have him arrested.
I want to file a report that she's stealing our
Sure.
newspapers.
I'm not stealing anything. You have no right
Hello?
to do this unless... Oh my God.
Yeah, well, we are right here,
Yeah.
and the lady is taking them off, and we have the Kent Security Service. I told him to call the sheriff. I want to file a report, and he's not doing it.
And
I'm gonna call
I want the name of this
911.
guy that's
Okay.
videotaping me.
I want to call
And I have
911.
the right to do that.
Yes, Neil is with me. We have.
Oh, this is me?
Yes, we-
Oh, hi, Neil.
Yeah.
Hi, now you got my name.
We have pictures. We have pictures of her taking
doing it,
them
yeah.
off the doors.
I got a film of it.
Good.
Where is she?
I will park the car.
Yes, please do. You can
Well, I don't know. That's not going to do any good right now because you called her and there's no answer, okay? I want to call up 911, tell them what's going on, okay? And I want to have her arrested for stealing,
Stealing.
okay? All right, okay.
I don't think so. You know, you guys have just gone a little bit too far.
That's your opinion, you're entitled to it, so are we.
Well, my opinion is that you have to stop doing that.
And my opinion is that I don't.
Oh, really? Who made you the boss?
Who made you the boss?
Me.
Oh, well, I made me the boss.
You know what? Stupidity is not anything I answer to.
I'm calling 911 because you're not doing it, Kent Security. You're not doing your job.
If you need to, I can write a report.
I don't want to write a report. I want her arrested. I want her
Because I
arrested.
have the ability, I can write a report. If you call 911, I can assist you.
Well, I'm calling 911.
Okay, you have the number, the house.
911, emergency.
You have the house for the.
At her apartment.
Because I can assist you. I can
Okay.
take any decision without my boss to take it. Like
Okay, let's give me your name and give it to. Listen, we have a little. The lady who lives in that building, she's now in 104, and she went there. She came out and she stole them. She took them all off the door. As far as I'm aware of, that's stealing private property. And I want her arrested. I'm going to file a complaint against her.
It's a second.
What are these newsletters?
This is a community
It's a
newsletter.
Community newspaper?
Yes.
Community newspaper, yeah.
Do they pay for these newspapers?
No.
We pay to have them printed.
I understand that, but you give them to the people that live here?
Yes. And we've had requests for delivery too.
Yes. People have asked us.
Because she's taken it off the door before and we've talked to her.
Do you guys deliver the paper to everybody in here?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
To everybody. So what would be the need for her to steal paper she's already given?
Because we're not the official newspaper of the village. We're an independent newspaper and she's vehemently opposed our position. And we try to do it nicely. We sent a letter to Sheriff Bradshaw, delivered him some videos of what's happening, and I haven't heard back from Sheriff Bradshaw and also Captain Buckner. Got copies of this.
So I want filed issues over there. She just came out. I want her arrested for stealing our newspaper.
Let me go speak to her and
Sure.
be right back.
Go ahead.
What's your name?
Officer Frank, Deputy Frank.
And this gentleman here from Kent Security?
Hi, what's your name, sir, from Kent? What's your name?
Paulo.
What's your number?
Paulo.
Yes, but what's your employee number?
I can give you my right number.
Okay.
Why not?
Spell your name. Spell your name.
Carl.
Carl.
Yes.
C-A-R-L?
Yes.
Carl. C-A-R-L.
And you can't give me your employee number.
I move around, every time I move around, she ducks behind the cops so she can't get her picture taken. I guess they told her that I'm allowed to videotape.
What?
They told her I'm allowed to videotape.
Oh,
She said she don't want to be videotaped. I said, oh no, we can't stop that.
can't stop. Yes, I do. Yeah,
Can I just have some answers?
yeah, sure. Okay. That's Dunkin' Donuts. That's my driver's license. And here's my Century Village ID.
We had this issue before.
She came out once before, and I was delivering them. She came out and hollered at me and yelled at me and called security. And security evidently told her, you know, they didn't do anything to me. Okay, they couldn't file any charges against me. So we suspected that we found out from one of
The residents here.
resident in the building that they
Who's
didn't
asked us
get
to
it.
deliver
They asked us to deliver it, and they didn't get it.
And she
they-
checked with a few of the other residents who asked for it, and they were taken off the door. So she's just the president there. She don't own the building, and each individual unit owner owns their own.
and has a right to have this information. I think the information will be given to the residents.
Do you guys have to have a permit rights to be able to deliver.
No?
No,
Check the
That's your
law.
word.
no, we checked the law.
Check
It's
the
not
law. It's a
necessary.
community newspaper.
You do what you want. Fine, do what you want. You're gonna do it anyway. Do what you want.
We've checked the law. And we also informed, as I say, Sheriff Bradshaw and Captain Buckner, who appeared yesterday but said nothing about it. And I invited both Captain Buckner and Sheriff Bradshaw to our meetings. We just had the Inspector General this past week at our meeting, and Jesse Santa Maria, who was talking about rights, our rights. And we feel our rights are being violated.
Well, what's your phone number?
561.
Afternoon now.
Oh, is it?
Just turned.
This is what you need, an elderly punch-up.
What's going on today? Any excitement other than
Well, there's a whole row going on here because one of the community newspapers is trying to putting newspapers on the doors here, and this woman comes out and keeps taking them down. And the people that have run the newspaper are objecting to that. And they're trying to make her stop. So I don't know what it's all going to round to, but...
Yeah, well, it's a very
Well,
complex matter.
I am recording this whole thing, by the way, just so you know.
That's fine. It's a complex matter because the paper is free, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It becomes like a civil matter with,
Yes.
do you want it on your door? Do you want it on
Well,
your door?
we do have
Do they
people in the
want it-
building that asked us to deliver it too in here,
Well, yeah.
and then called us and said, "Why didn't we get it?"
yeah.
So you know, it's a whole bunch of stuff. We just wanted to stop it. Like, come on, it's just a newspaper here. Come on, quit
Yeah,
that.
like I said, it's a complex matter, like you said, because some people are home, some people aren't, you know. So
There's a lot of issues here that are underlying this whole thing.
yeah, I'm sure there's more to this than that I know about. The other deputies.
You don't
know
even
about.
want to know.
Yeah.
Believe me, you won't. You know. But we've been having a problem with this whole deal for a while now, and we just these people here just feel like their rights are being trampled on here, right? Because they don't like to see what we're printing, so they're doing everything they can to stop it, and this is
Yeah,
one of them.
See, the thing that it boils down to, and in this matter, you know, because we don't know the underlying issues. If she doesn't want it on her property, I could see it being okay.
Sure.
You know, but as a whole,
She can't do it with the rest of the building because everybody owns their own unit.
exactly. And then, like, there's no trespassing. There's
It's private. It's public property.
But if she doesn't want them at her door, that's her.
She can stop that. They'd be happy to comply with that.
But there's always a but. Within a building like this, you have to come and go, egress, you know, coming down the steps. So basically, she could say she doesn't want it on her door, but when she starts taking off other people's doors that wants it, then we have another but. The paper is free. You know, so you're kind of stuck between a rock and a
You mean
hard
what's our
place.
damages?
Exactly.
Okay, my damages is that we support the paper and we pay for it.
Okay.
That's my
I'm
damage.
sure there's a. Let me move out of the way for this lady, and I'm sure that there's a understanding that everybody can come to.
Well, so far we haven't been able to get there,
I thought they were that.
but we will.
I want to file a charge. You won't let me file a charge.
Well, maybe you have to go down to the station house.
Just so you know, take it.
That's fine.
What's your name, officer?
Deputy Skirbo.
Thank you, Deputy. And you?
Corporal Davis.
Ah, okay.
But I'm sure that we could probably come to an understanding with it. Now, who is the president of the
She is.
building?
She is.
And she is the one that doesn't want it on
Right.
her door, but she doesn't speak for everybody.
Absolutely not. We have people asking for it.
Can I take a look at the paper?
Sure, you can have a copy, and as I told the other deputy, I sent
Look
them.
at it. Because I know all throughout Century Village, I've been in this area for many years. You got everybody else, you know, Century Village has their own newsletter and
Right.
everything. Now, is this with,
Not UCO, this is independent.
okay, independent, and they gave you the, freedom of speech. I would assume that they could.
Yeah, there's no obscenity or anything like that, you know.
Nothing about obscenities. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people object to.
Well, yeah, we try to avoid objectionable material.
We're not political, though. We have
We're
political
political.
views.
And we could see in here, I sent this to Sheriff Bradshaw, or...
Now, how well? And I understand about people they can't get around, and you guys have
Thank you.
about people can't get around, and you know, you come here and drop it off for them and stuff like that. How about putting a place where you could where everybody can pick it up, or the clubhouse allow you?
No, we're barred.
barred from everything.
We can,
That's
we're
why
barred.
the newspaper.
We're barred. We
Because of
can't,
your views.
My
yes.
views.
We're barred from giving out circulars. We're barred from leaving our paper there.
And everybody that's in this paper lives in the community.
Yes.
Yeah, there's kind of a gray area, as we call it, in law enforcement about this, because say if she objects from her paper being
I have no problem with it.
dropped off, but as the president, I'd have to know the bylaws, and I would assume that she can't speak
No.
for everybody because her views aren't the same as everybody else's.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right.
Exactly. And this is the second time we had to call security, and I want to tell you, I sent this letter to.
Now, how much does it cost for you to publish one of these? Because I know there's paper costs.
This
There's some
paper?
costs, even though it's free.
It cost us well over 50 cents per unit.
See, I mean, I could give my recommendations to you, and I know you're trying to, you state your views and you,
Right.
the cost of it and everything, try to keep the cost down, because it's, how many people are in?
Century Village?
No, how many people are in your
About a dozen
paper
No.
that
actively participate.
Actively participate, or this reaches out to 400.
that's what I'm trying to get. How many people?
Well, between the internet and hand delivery, I think we're up to about 600, and then we're going
Okay.
for 1,000, and we come out 2 to 3 times a month.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to think of, you got the internet covered, that was a recommendation.
No, we got the internet covered.
Kind of peaceful. Listen, this is what we're gonna do. The other deputy, that's new, Mr. Frank, he's gonna document everything.
Right.
That what transpired here. Now, I've told people 1,000 times, don't do that again or you're gonna go to jail.
Right.
And the people still do it.
Right.
Because they don't listen to the police sometimes. Most people do. So we told her that basically that you can't dispose of stuff that's not yours. They got the papers, they're gonna give them back to you. Now, the only concern was that she's leaving those on the doors, but her concern was, say, like if the people went out of town and you didn't know, and then they see them hang for a number of days, and there are criminals that come in here, and they break into these people's houses. We told her, that's neither here nor there. We don't think that's gonna happen. We're gonna get your papers back, and the list of the names. If those people don't have a problem with you hanging them there, we don't have a problem. Okay? If this occurs again, we're going to give you a case number on a piece of paper that documents the whole incident that we were here for. Because you're not out anything, the people aren't out anything, and she can't trespass you from the entire complex. She's the president of the building for the bylaws. She's not the president of the police. And then I talked to this gentleman about giving ID numbers or whatever you were asking for. He said he'll give you his name and everything like that, so you could, document her if you have a concern for the security company.
Yes.
Then
What happens if she does it again?
that's why we're gonna give you a case number to document all this. Right now, we're not out anything.
Is it a criminal offense if she does it again?
It's a very, very, very gray line, is what we call it.
Can I take that gray line?
We could take.
And have to face the judge and make her maybe a little wet in the pants?
Yeah, you could take it. I mean, there's a civil issue here, and then there's also a possible crime. But I mean, you really have to be out, a certain value of money. If we took this to the state attorney now and we wrote it up just like you wrote it up, we're not going to delegate and say that there's no crime. But if we took it there and say you're out $1 worth of stuff, there'll probably no crime. So we want to make good cases, but we don't even want to make that. We want to resolve the matter at hand. That's what we're all here for.
Exactly.
And as you see in the world that's going on today, we want to stop that before it happens.
Absolutely.
Well, you have to understand that it's not the dollar or the 50 cents.
Well,
It's an
that's
issue.
why I said the issue at hand. But it's It's
It's a civil rights matter.
and it's a civil matter too at the same time, because she's saying she doesn't want it hung on her door, which I'm not saying you did, but she's bringing up concerns too, which, you know, you got to err on the side that she's bringing up too.
We hear it, but the advocate is put on every single person's door, every week, every month.
That's an advertising circular.
It's an advertising circular. She doesn't go around, no one goes.
Until the person, like, we're just going to use an example now, 203 calls us and says, this is the 5th week I've told Mr. Grossman that I don't want that advertising circular put on my door, and he repeatedly puts it on there. That's when there's an issue.
I understand.
And I already told you about, you know, don't put it on 203, and you still continue to do it, as an example.
I understand.
And I don't think that you would ever do that.
No.
As a matter of fact, the opposite has happened. One woman has wanted it and called him up specifically.
Yeah, and that's fine. If they're saying that they want that, it's like me getting pizza to my house, and a lady's trying to stop from getting pizza delivery.
Well, is that a worse issue for her since they want it and they're not getting it? Because she's taking it.
Well, she would have to be the one. She would have to be the one that.
There's
would
not this,
complain
it's something
about
else,
it.
sir.
Could be a lot
She'd
worse.
have to have, you know, we'd have to have some hard facts that she's taking it and destroying it.
Let me tell you this. And I'm sure we appreciate your attentiveness, you and your colleagues, in trying to resolve this matter.
And I know it's probably not going to be resolved, because as soon as the police usually leave, the people have words or something else happens. And like you said, there's underlying facts that we don't know about.
Well,
that
she's
happened prior.
she is on the recording secretary of the UCO offices. And
Now, UCO is the
That's the
governing
administration,
body,
yes.
the governing body of.
right. And so she's an avid fan of Mr. Israel, who's not our favorite person. Okay? Now, that's her opinion. She's entitled to it. But she's not entitled to inhibit anybody else. And I understand that. And we'll be very vigilant to you. We have the same problem in Southampton. Over 200 papers were put out last time, and they were taken off the door, and we're going to do the same thing in Southampton.